Welcome, my name is Poor Nilsson with Random Art Attack, and today we're going to be looking at a game called Kero Blaster and doing a in-depth study. This is going to be a multi-part a multi-part study in which we're going to look at level after level after level and look at what makes this game great, because it is awesome. This game is awesome. It was made by a Japanese game developer by the name of Daisuke Amaya. He also goes by Pixel. He is extremely good game developer. He made Cave Story, and that's just enough to kind of let you know that this man is the real deal. So we are going to take time, and we're going to study this very meticulously and in depth. Big pet peeve of mine when game developers say, "Oh, I play video games to do research, so I can justify playing video games for 5 hours a day." That doesn't help game development. It might a little bit, but there's plenty of people who play tons of video games who stink at making video games. What helps is to actually study. Look at games specifically for mechanics. Look at games specifically for what makes this game so good. So this game has resounding acclaim. 95% on Steam, 95% on Metacritic, I think, last time I checked it. It might not be exactly that, but something close to that. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of downloads. This game is good. People say it is very tight, solid gameplay. So we are going to study that. We're going to look at level 1 first, and then we're going to move from there. So level 1, you are introduced to this scene right here. This is a tutorial. It is a tutorial hidden as a menu system. Down there at the bottom, you have all of your controls. Very easy to see, obviously. Look up, move left, move right, jump, shoot, open menu. That's it. You kind of move around, you figure out I can't leave the side, it's safe, I can touch these things, I need to probably kill these, is what you think. So you learn how to jump, you learn how to go up ladders, you learn how to shoot. That last guy is genius. You can't hit him from the ground, you have to jump, and then he hits you automatically. And so you learn, these things can hurt me, these things can harm me. The phone rings, obviously you enter it. You've already had a taste of action. No story, but action. And maybe that's kind of wrong. There was story. You're inside this office building, the phone's ringing, there's these weird black things. But you're introduced to the story. It's not as jarring, so it gets back to the action pretty quickly. It's about the right size and the right speed. Funny dialogue, very quick, lets you know, okay, I'm moving on and I'm going, and it introduces you to the character. What exactly is his job again? And his job, custodial sciences. Right there, you're introduced to what you're doing, and it's kind of a funny little intro, and you're here. Going left to right like most side-scrolling games. These things coming at you, they look dangerous, you're shooting. That first enemy right there is kind of genius. It will not attack you until you attack it. That is very cool game design. A safe way to let you know these things are monsters, but it's safe. And so you go and you attack these. You keep going and you're picking up collectibles. Already I have 3 coins. Right here, this thing literally can't hit me, so it teaches you how to jump and shoot at the same time. Right here, I want collectibles, so I turn around, and you can see I got a +1 life right off the bat. That's random, and that doesn't always happen, but more often than not, it does. Now it starts to ramp it up. We know what these enemies do. There's more of them. It's a little bit more difficult. I might have to jump from time to time, but it's a very linear layer process. Right here, you see skulls, you see ominous, and there's a new monster. This new monster is substantially more difficult than the last ones. Yet, it was introduced on a flat terrain, nothing really too dangerous. The scene gave you cues that it was going to be dangerous. Here, we have another one, but it's mixed old elements, the spiky plants. And so you have to kill it there. And now you're introduced to the carrot and stick. So here, we have a carrot, a treasure chest. We know about collectibles, we know about moving and jumping, and this looks too far for us to make. So we experiment and see our character can actually jump pretty far, and you're rewarded greatly. This is, again, very good game design of, here is where we want you to go. We will lead you there by making you think you want to go here. This bubble, it's sparkly, it looks friendly. You've seen that CF logo before. As you walk in here, it's obviously a store. The first place you go is the weapons place. And this is the cheapest upgrade available. And I would guess most people buy it. I did. Now, when you go to the heart, You see that there's, a heart boost for more, and you can't get it, so it's kind of something that you're building up towards. But they've planted this, so the first thing you're typically going to buy is the weapons upgrade, which is the better of the two upgrades. It's what you need the most, because as you get to the next scene, you'll see this in a second, it actually is kind of required. This is a very difficult part right here. If you have your normal weapon, you could do it, but it's going to be hard. So right here, you feel gratified. I made the right choice. I picked a weapon, and it seemed to work out really good. So you kind of feel prideful, even though they designed this. Right here, they introduce a new monster that can't hit you. That little ledge prevents it from hitting you ever. Now this one, you know is coming, so you shoot it. This one is facing backwards, so you know you're going to have to turn around in a bit. And so it leads you to, here's a new concept, we'll introduce it safely, and then we'll keep on ramping the difficulty, making you excited, making you want to keep moving forward. Here we have another new enemy. Again, safe location. You don't even really get to see. It's like, oh, it jumps and it moves. It shoots these things that I can destroy. Ramping it up 2 more. And then this is a cool little part. Down here, as you move down, you see a treasure chest that you missed. And you'll probably want to go back and see, oh, maybe there's blocks I can shoot, maybe not. Maybe you already see the secret passage. But as you discover this, it gives you that sense of, I've done something. The game didn't have to hold my hand, I figured out myself. And now, what's even funnier is you could have gone this way, so you realize, oh, I backtracked for nothing. And it makes you remember this. These monsters right here, you could totally skip if you want, but you want the power-ups. These spikes, you could actually jump over them. Right above it is a platformer. But you're realizing, I want to upgrade. I want to get as many coins as I can. And it's teaching you how to jump, how to move, how to shoot. All getting you ready for this. This is, I think this is, oh, well, this is cool. This is the scene before. I was wrong. But it gives you a chance to get a heart. I think that's always a heart, or it's usually power up. There's a skull. There's this pit. You know you can't jump out of the pit. You know a boss is coming. And so you're kind of getting ready for that. It's giving you the heart so that you're going to be full life. You come here. It drops these balls, so it actually will make you move back so that when this thing drops, it won't hit you. And now, everything that you've used, the jumping, the shooting, is being implemented. Now, what's really cool is when you shoot, you keep facing the same direction. That is good game design too, because it makes it more responsive. So this is easy, you figured it out, and then it ramps up the difficulty. It now jumps more frequently, and it spits out larger and higher volumes of projectiles. There you go, you've just beat the first boss, and what do you get? You immediately get a power-up. You get this sense of accomplishment. It's not, hey, congratulations, you beat level 1, go on to the next. It's, you beat level 1, here's a brand new weapon that you get to use, and you're excited to use this. You can shoot it around, but there's nothing to really shoot it on, and so you go to this next thing, and it's building story. This comes in later, but you have to kill something, so you actually get to use this thing, and see, it's pretty powerful. It's short range, but it's pretty powerful. We'll go ahead and close up by going over this next story part and stopping before we get to the next level. But the story progresses. You can see there's these weird fly things. The lady's fatter. The monster in the little cage there's fatter. And it's just interesting. You want to move forward. You want to use this new weapon. The story is a lull. You just had a lot of action. It's a nice lull to get a break before you're thrown back in. They even give you another item. And so it's just building one layer after another layer. Introduction, progression of the function, and then new feature. Introduction, progression of the function, new feature. And you just want to keep playing. This game, that was only the first level. And as genius of things were found in that first level, it gets more and more and more intelligent as it goes throughout the game. So I'll continue to make these tutorials up to probably level 4 or so, just showing you how this game approaches everything intelligently. So ask yourself this: if you're making games, do you make every single thing as important as this game? Everything was placed for a reason. Every power-up, every cutscene, every movement was placed for purpose. There was never any fluff. There was never any fill. Just, oh, let's throw some monsters here because it's fun. Or it was, we are moving towards a goal. We are moving towards something and it is enjoyable. There was climax and then rest. Climax and then rest. New element and then rest. New element and then rest. And so what I learned from this game is, first of all, tutorials. Tutorials don't have to hold hands. They can do it very quickly, very simply. Players are not stupid. Let the player figure it out. Give them the instructions at the bottom if you want to, or very simple instructions, and let them figure it out. The second thing I learned from this is that layering system. Introduce something in a safe manner, and then ramp it up. Introduce something new in a safe manner, ramp it up. Mix those elements, match those elements, and lead up to the climax, namely the boss fight, where they have to use all those skills together. The third thing is just the pacing of the story too. Story is important, but you want to make the player want to know about it by not making it too much. No one loves your story as much as you do, is what I found, for me personally. Your story might be amazing, but my stories are usually meh, right? So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and have an awesome day.